Our next item on the agenda is our action item which is a resolution in support of National Homeless Youth Awareness Month. Do I have a motion in support of this resolution? Nate?
I move that the board approve a resolution in support of National Homeless Youth Awareness Month, November 2023.
Do I have a second? Looks like DJ. That's great. Would somebody like to read the resolution? Looks like Nate would like that. Go ahead.
Resolution of the Poudre School District Board of Education in support of National Homeless Youth Awareness Month, November 2023. Whereas National Homeless Youth Awareness Month was first declared in November of 2007. Since then, November has been a time to acknowledge these children and families experiencing hunger and homelessness, and whereas in the 2022 to 2023 school year, 1,483 K-12 students in Poudre School District were experiencing homelessness. In the 2021 to 2022 school year, there were 1,312, and there are 1,042 as of October 23, 2023. And whereas the McKinney-Vento Act is designed to provide students experiencing homelessness with resources and protections that remove all educational barriers with emphasis on educational enrollment, attendance, and success. And whereas the purpose of the proclamation is to educate the public about the many reasons students are hungry and homeless, including the shortage of affordable housing within the Poudre School District, and to encourage support for homeless assistance service providers as well as community service opportunities for students and school service organizations. And whereas there are many organizations committed to providing shelter, support services, meals, and food supplies to students in Poudre School District experiencing homelessness, including McBackpack Food Program, the Food Bank of Larimer County, the United Way of Larimer County, the Family Housing Network, Catholic Charities, and housing partners such as Housing Catalyst, Neighbor to Neighbor, Care Housing, and others. And whereas the Poudre School District Board of Education, staff, and community recognize that hunger and homelessness continues to be a serious problem for many students and families in Poudre School District. Now therefore be it resolved that the Poudre School District Board of Education hereby proclaims November 2023 as National Homeless Youth Awareness Month and encourages our community to recognize that many students and families do not have housing and adequate food and need support from our community with assistance from both private and public nonprofit service entities. Please take time this month to find ways to help homeless youth in our community. And if we vote yes, it'll be approved and adopted this 14th day of November 2023.
Thank you very much, Nate. I believe we have some folks here to speak to us about this, Brian. Is that right?
Yes, that is. Joining us this evening to introduce PSD staff and community partners in support of National Homeless Youth Awareness Month is our Director of Language, Culture, and Equity, Mr. David Ottenrath. David, welcome.
Good evening, and thank you, Mr. Kingsley and board members, for having me over tonight. I might lift this guy up. All right, we'll do that. And it's my pleasure tonight to introduce you to our speakers tonight for the National Homeless Youth Awareness Resolution. First, we'll have our very own PSD McKinney-Vento specialist, Whitney Reed, speak to us regarding the resolution. And next, we are happy to have representatives from the Matthews House speak to us regarding this because we are very grateful and proud at PSD about our collaboration and partnerships with the Matthews House, Larimer County, Thompson School District, and other agencies to support our first ever youth homeless shelter in Larimer County. Tonight, we would like to welcome a team from the Matthews House to speak to the resolution as well, and they will be joining us at the team from Matthews House, which is Nicole Armstrong, Executive Director, Aaron Brown, Youth and Young Adult Director, Gigi Perkins, Youth Housing Specialist, and Bethy Shaw, Youth and Young Adult Team Lead. And Bethy will be the one to speak to us tonight. So I welcome them to the podium.
Good evening. I am Whitney Reed, the McKinney-Vento specialist for our district. On behalf of the McKinney team, I would like to thank the Board of Education for acknowledging Homeless Youth Awareness Month. Your recognition has a profound impact as it serves as the cornerstone of our mission to identify and support students who are experiencing homelessness, ensuring they receive the support they need to thrive. The McKinney program is established under the federal law, is dedicated to identifying and providing assistance to students in our community who lack fixed, regular, or adequate housing. While you have already heard the statistics presented in the resolution, I think it's important to emphasize them once again. Currently, 1 out of 20 students are experiencing homelessness in our school district, meaning every class statistically has at least 1 to 2 students in McKinney-Vento status. Within the last 2 years, these numbers have increased by 13%, and this continues to evolve daily. Homelessness can take on various forms. Students and families who are served by the McKinney-Vento program live and endure a wide range of circumstances. These range from being compelled to reside with family or friends due to housing loss or affordability challenges, to staying in emergency and long-term shelters, safe houses, hotels, RVs, cars, campgrounds, and even on the streets. The cause of homelessness are diverse and could include the loss of job, serious medical issues, family conflict, substance abuse, mental health challenges, domestic violence, or legal issues. However, 2 major trends responsible for family and youth homelessness is the growing shortage of affordable housing in our community and an increase in people living in poverty. The income housing cost gap for low-income individuals is widening, creating a severe barrier to stable housing. It's imperative to remember that education is a fundamental right, and research underscores its critical role in preventing or ending homelessness among youth. When we examine the factors contributing to youth homelessness, it becomes evident that the absence of a GED or a high school diploma is the most significant risk factor. Those without a GED or diploma are 4.5 times more likely to experience homelessness than their peers who have completed high school. In our district, we are dedicated to ensuring that every student, regardless of their living situation, have access to free and public education. We accomplish this by addressing the unique barriers these students and families face, such as providing transportation to and from school, even for highly mobile families, waiving all fees, connecting students to extracurricular activities and removing barriers to participation, meeting their basic needs and advocating for them within their schools, connecting their families to community resources to ensure they have the support necessary to move towards self-sufficiency. Once again, I would like to extend our gratitude to the Board of Education for raising awareness about homelessness on such a significant platform. Your recognition is instrumental in helping us spread awareness and make a meaningful difference in the lives of students. In closing, I would like to quote from the book Ruthless Equity by Ken Williams. Poverty is a temporary life circumstance that can be overcome with the acquisition of a quality education. Let us continue working together to ensure that every child, regardless of their housing situation, has the opportunity to break free from the cycle of homelessness through the power of education. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you, Poudre Board of Education, for bringing awareness to and honoring Youth Homelessness Awareness Month. Youth homelessness is a complex problem with individual, family, community, and systemic factors at play. 1 in 30 youth aged 13 to 24 and 1 in 10 young adults aged 18 to 25 experience homelessness at some point over the course of a year. These young individuals face instability and trauma during critical developmental periods in their lives, which have far-reaching effects on them and the communities in which they live. Youth homelessness is not merely a result of individual choices, but a consequence of systemic challenges and vulnerabilities. It's crucial to recognize that certain groups of young people are at higher risk of homelessness. These are just a few examples of identities or experiences that increase a young person's vulnerability to becoming unhoused. Youth with less than a high school diploma or GED are nearly 3.5 times more likely to experience homelessness than peers who complete high school. The risk of homelessness for youth who are single parents is at least 2 times greater than it is for single youth who are not parents. Youth from low-income households earning less than $24,000 annually are 1.5 times more likely to experience homelessness. LGBTQIA+ youth have a 120% greater risk of homelessness. Hispanic, non-white youth have a 33% greater risk of experiencing homelessness than non-Hispanic young people. 8.9% of youth in Larimer County over the age of 16 slept somewhere other than their home in the past 30 days. Youth with a history of foster care and juvenile justice involvement have a significantly higher risk of homelessness. Next November, we will be celebrating the grand opening of the Northern Colorado Regional Youth Shelter. This project is a deeply collaborative effort between PSD, TSD, and the Matthews House, along with a number of additional community partners. Together, we will provide the first youth shelter built on the Front Range in nearly 15 years to serve youth and young adults 15 to 20 years old. When organizing and teams can come together and provide expertise, innovative programming, community engagement, dedication, and a collaborative spirit, we can truly make transformational changes to the landscape of our community and support some of the most vulnerable people in Northern Colorado. Thank you for your unwavering support and dedication to the youth and young adults experiencing homelessness in our community. Thank you.
Yeah, we have a couple things to do. We'll have a vote here in a minute and a picture, but I'm going to take a moment to just share with folks the Tour de Turkey, which is happening this Thursday. This is collecting non-perishables as well as frozen turkeys and hams and chickens, and will help to support some of our homeless students and families as well as others in the community who are suffering food insecurity. There'll be a drop-off here in the JSSC parking lot from 7:30 to 9 a.m. There's a drop-off in the at the Drake Center from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, this is on Thursday. And I understand that many of our schools are also participating in the food drive. So if you want to take an opportunity this Thursday to share whatever bounty you have with those who are less fortunate, that would be excellent. Any other comments? Kristen.
I just want to say that I had the privilege of being able to go down to what is right now, I think, still titled the Monroe Early Childhood Center. That'll be converted to the youth homeless shelter, and it is so exciting to have that facility. It's beautiful. It's going to be an amazing facility for youth who are experiencing homelessness, and I'm just so proud that the community as a whole has gotten together to do this. It's Thompson School District, Poudre School District, Larimer County. I believe both cities, Loveland and Fort Collins, are involved in it. It is a fantastic way to show support in our community. And if you get a chance to tour that facility as they're doing, I'm sure you'll do an open house once the renovation's complete. But it will be amazing. And how many beds is it again? I'm forgetting now. So 12 to 20, and you just heard the numbers, 1,042 as of October 2023. So it's beautiful, it's wonderful. I'm so happy that it's coming, and we have, if you can do the math on that, yeah, long way to go. So thank you so much for getting us started on that, and we hope to make a bigger dent in that real soon too. Thank you.
Nate.
Yes, I happen to serve as a school bus driver in a neighboring school district, and every week, or sometimes twice a week, I have food bags on my bus provided by the Kids Pack organization down in Loveland. And before I got on the school board, I used to drive for a couple of years for the Poudre School District, and even more backpacks full of food were on my bus when I drove kids into and out of one of our most highly impacted elementary schools. And there was a student that went to that school that at the time was living in one of the motels on North College Avenue, and the family recently was able to get a place at Collins Air Mobile Home Park, and the father was just so appreciative. It was like a weight had been lifted off of his shoulders when they were finally able to move in there. And one of the two siblings that rode my bus, a girl, was in first grade, and she told me that she knew that she had lived in 7 places since she'd been in school. So that's just an example of how highly impacted some of our students are. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Nate. Any other comments? All right, Jill, if you would call a vote on this resolution, I'd appreciate it.
DJ Anderson,
Aye.
Jim Brokish,
Aye.
Nate Donovan,
Aye.
Kristen Draper,
Aye.
Rob Pedersen,
Aye.
Carolyn Reed,
Aye.
Jessica Zamora.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you so much, Jill.